This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
If each political party is an island, well, then there's a big difference between who's allowed to stay on that island and who gets kicked off of that island. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Extremes in both parties. I say this as someone who was an extreme a while ago in the Republican Party. There are extremes in both parties. There is the general mainstream of each political party. The people who get to stay on the island are in the mainstream of the Republican Party. They get to stay on the Republican island. And the people generally who are in the mainstream of the Democratic Party, they get to stay on the Democratic island. And people are kicked off the islands in each party. But there's a big telling important difference about what gets you kicked off of the Republican island and what gets you as a Democrat kicked off of the Democratic island. You get kicked off the Democratic island if you are a wackadoodle and really bad and out there and too far and too extreme on the issues. You get kicked off of the Republican Party island if you oppose Donald Trump. That's it, right? That's the difference. It's all issues based in the Democratic Party. You're too extreme. You're too anti-Israel. You want to get rid of the Second Amendment. You generally believe we should defund the police. You want government-run, completely government-run healthcare for everybody in America. Get rid of the private insurance industry. If you advocate or articulate those positions in the Democratic Party, and this will all change one day, right? When America has 3 or 4 political parties, when America has a far left progressive party, a center left party, a center right party, and then whatever is on the right. But right now in our 2-party system, if you're way out there, if you say defund the police, you're going to get kicked off of the Democratic Party island. It's all based on where you are on the issues. But the Republican Party right now, for the last 8 years, the Republican Party island, who gets to stay on that island, who's kicked off of that island, it's got nothing to do with the issues. It's all about Trump. Do you support or oppose Donald Trump? It's got nothing to do with the issues. I was kicked off of the Republican Party island. I'm still a proud, crazy Tea Party conservative. I'm still extremely conservative on the issues. But I publicly oppose Donald Trump. So there's no place for me on that island anymore. There's no place for me in the Republican Party. My friend and former colleague Adam Kinzinger just came out today and publicly endorsed Joe Biden. Adam's a great patriotic conservative. He's great on all of the conservative issues. He's been kicked off of the Republican Party island because he opposes Donald Trump. Jamal Bowman, the anti-Israel, anti-Semitic, bigoted, leftist big mouth, just lost his Democratic primary last night. He's done. He's been kicked off of the Democratic Party island. Why? He's too out there on the issues. It's issues based with the Democrats. It's Trump based with the Republicans. We talk about a cult. I'm not the only one. Plenty of us have called my former political party a cult. Well, here it is. It's got nothing to do with the issues. Nothing. It is everything about obedience for, adoration for a man, a person, a leader. You are either in or out of the Republican Party depending upon where you are on Trump. Now, I find what's going on in the Democratic Party a hell of a lot healthier. It's all issues based. Let's have a fight about issues, about immigration, about crime. Let's have primaries between center-left candidates and far-left candidates about the issues. We don't get that in the Republican Party anymore. It's got nothing to do with issues. This is what's so scary and dangerous about my former political party right now. It's got nothing to do with the issues. You have to sign a piece of paper that says you'll support that guy, Donald Trump. And the more eagerly you endorse and embrace him, nothing to do with the issues, the more prominent your place on the Republican Party island. We don't have two healthy political parties in this country right now. The Democratic Party's going through their shit. They're going through their stuff. But it's healthy shit, healthy stuff that a political party should and must go through constantly. The Republican Party's not going through that healthy process. We're not debating immigration. We're not debating guns. We're not debating anything. Where are you on Trump? You're either in or you're out. We don't have two healthy political parties in this country right now. We've got extremes on both sides, and I would argue that the extremes on the left are much healthier and much more, by the way, American than the extremes on the right. The extremes on the right, the extreme right, is all about adoration of one man, of a politician. By the way, that adoration, MAGA, also means questioning, not accepting our election results. Trump is un-American, so to be MAGA means you have to embrace that. You can disagree with the Democrats on the issues. You can disagree with the far left on the issues. I do every single day. But that's America, baby. Disagreements about issues. And by the way, because my former political party is not healthy, nothing's based on the issues, I do think that sickness will more quickly lead to the development of a new party, a center-right party, that is issues-based. That could be one good thing. Thanks for listening. Joe Walsh, White Flag is the name of the podcast. My email, joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. One word, joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Tell everybody you know about this podcast. Spread the word about this podcast, and be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.